$100 bills, and it kills and it thrills like the horns on my Silverado grill. And I buy the bar a double round of Crown, and everybody's getting down in this town. Ain't never gonna be the same, 'cause I saddle up my horse and I ride into the city. I make a lot of noise 'cause the girls, they are so pretty. Riding up and down Broadway on my old stud Leroy, and the girls say, save a horse, ride a cowboy. Everybody says, save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Well, welcome back, YouTube. This is Noah and Dan here from Tag and Bag Outdoors, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different for you. We're going to be doing, I guess a review and what we have for musky fishing. Yeah. You know, but basically, it's like bass fishing, but everything's a lot bigger. And I mean, guys, there's so many different ways that you can fish for musky and pike, you know, and whatever. I mean, you can fish them during the springtime, but generally the fall time is the best time.
September and October.
Yeah, the best time to go after them is like in the fall because they're spawning. But I mean, generally you're going to want to use smaller baits, somewhat smaller baits in the springtime, and then as you get towards the fall, you're going to want to try and use bigger baits because the musky are going to try and get more fat in their system, you know, before, you know, the winter starts. So, I mean, we're just, I guess, going to go over some of these baits here. Dan, what's one of the baits, I guess, you can go for first? I mean, you got more stuff than I do.
Yeah. This is like a spinner for musky. It's called the Baby Girl Spinner. It's a white and blue. It's not too bad. I think this one comes in about 2 ounce.
Yeah, it looks like a regular, you know, spinner, except it's monstrous.
It looks like a regular spinner, but instead of 1.5 inches, 2 inches, it's about 4.
Yeah. I mean, that's something that looks like that you could use also for like marlin or something. Like out deep sea fishing, they use something like that.
They do.
You know, but
it's definitely
but that's a pretty big spinner bait right there.
Oh yeah.
And they say usually to go for, like, if you're looking for a spinner bait, either go for like a blue or a greenish color, you know. But honestly, you want to match, you know, what looks more realistic in the water that you're fishing in. Yeah. Obviously. So. We got the Baby Girl colored, which is probably one of the most popular baits that beginner fishermen start off with.
Yes, all three of the baits that I have are definitely good baits to use for beginner because they don't take much technique to use.
Because we are beginners, I mean, we're going to start going after them this year, definitely.
This is something new that we're getting into that we're going to hit big this summer with the kayaks.
Definitely.
And try to land some 40+ inch monsters for you guys.
Oh yeah, I think the legal
smallest size you can take is 40 inches.
Yeah.
And the one Lake Arthur at Moraine State Park that we're going to go into in 2010, a guy pulled one out that was 58 inches long and weighed in at 48 pounds. So
that's no joke.
Yeah.
That's nothing to, you know, mess around with.
Right.
You have to have the biggest gear. You have to have the strongest stuff that you possibly can.
Oh yeah,
if you want to bring in a monster trophy like that.
And they say that the fish are 1 in 10,000 casts, and that I feel like that more depends on the location you go to, because I've seen people catch them first cast.
Oh yeah.
It just all depends on what you have. But if you've watched our videos before, you know our go-to lure is our perch. Our perch. So we had to get a giant perch.
Oh yeah, this looks like an SSR5, but it's a little bit bigger.
Yeah, and it is called a SSR14.
Yes.
And it is a floating lure.
It basically operates just the same as the SSR5, except it's a floater and it's a lot bigger.
It is a lot bigger.
And these baits generally cost about $14.
Yeah, I think we paid $14.99
Yeah.
for these at Cabela's for these ones.
And I've heard a lot of good positive reviews on these things.
Oh, yeah.
You know, for muskie. However, they also say that you can catch walleye, you can catch bass with these. You know, you can catch northern pike with these.
Yeah, northern pike is something that we'll also probably be getting in the same, probably in the same videos, honestly, as
I
the
would
muskie.
definitely like to catch a northern pike.
Because the northern pike and muskie both hit on about the same lures.
Yeah, I mean, you
Walleye as
basically,
well.
yeah, you basically have like these three fish. You have northern pickerel, which is a smaller version of the northern pike. You have northern pike, then you have muskie, and then you have tiger muskie.
Yeah, and there's walleye.
And those are just, yeah, but those were four, those weren't three.
Yeah, we don't know how to count around
Oh,
here and
well.
tag and bag.
But yeah, I mean, those are basically the key fish that you're
targeting with
most
these big
likely
lures.
targeting with a lot of these big lures. I mean, the pickerel are pretty small. They're really skinny though. They're like the size of, guess you would say like gar, but they're a little bit, they look more like a pike
Yeah.
is what they look like. But you can catch them on some of like the smaller lures, like,
Yeah.
you know, we got this one right here. This is a jitterbug, but you're obviously going to use a bigger jitterbug.
Yeah, they sell jitterbugs. I seen them at Cabela's that are about the size of the pop can.
Yeah.
And they work for the walleye and the muskie. But before we get into too many of those lures, just this lure, I paid $10 for it at Dick's. So,
Yeah.
no, like the lures themselves are more expensive than your average little lures.
Yeah.
But for the fish you're going after, the reward in the end is definitely going to be worth it.
Yeah. And you can also use like some type of a Gila long. This is a smaller one, but obviously they sell bigger ones.
Yeah, we just
You can
haven't
use
got
a
to
Gila
it yet.
longs. You can use Daredevil spoon baits.
Yeah.
Those are good too. But mainly, you know, you obviously want something bigger than that. But those work too. I mean, like I said,
Even something like that, I've seen people pull smaller muskie out with something like that.
yeah,
Like about 20-inch muskie. So,
even northern pike or
And northern
you know
pike.
walleye, whatever.
yeah.
You know, but you know those are good baits too to try out.
Oh,
And then we have something like this. I don't even know what you would consider this thing.
Let's see. I think it's called like a
It says it right on the side there.
a medon dying.
It's a dying flutter bait.
Yeah.
You know, and
And northern pike, like if you're fishing in a river or stream, will go crazy over something like this.
yeah,
I personally haven't seen bigger ones than this, but I'm sure they're out there.
yeah. I mean, my stepdad used to fish for northern pike a lot, and you know, I found this in his tackle box, and I'm like, that looks like something interesting. With the little, you know, spinners on it.
Yeah.
You know, something that spins, gives off a lot of reflection and light.
A lot of vibration.
A lot of vibration, a lot of noise. You know, even something like cluttering at the top, like at the top, and then boom, they smack it. And they just, I mean, these things probably go nuts if you really get them going. But, I mean, that's a couple of mine that I just had out here, and then we'll talk about that one, and then we'll talk a little bit about live bait too.
Yeah, live bait and some of the other tools. Now this is the most expensive lure I have. This one was $20. It's called the Super D. It's a swim bait that it weighs in about 5 ounces. It will fall about a 45-degree angle in the water, and for about every second that it's sitting in the water, it will drop about a foot. So it allows you to put the bait exactly wherever you want it. I mean, it's such a versatile bait. Like you can
use that for a lot of different species
Oh, yeah.
too.
Yeah, it covers muskie, pike, bass, walleye. I don't know what bass is going after something this big.
State
because
record.
It has a 14-inch tail on it, which I'll show you here in like total. It'll be about 14 inches with the tail out. But I mean, this bait, you can use it as a trolling lure, you can crankbait it, you can jerkbait it, you can even set it up in a jig. So it is a very versatile.
We might try that at the reservoir, see what type of monster bass we
Oh,
can catch with
yeah.
that. If we can catch if it's saying we can catch bass with that
We're
thing,
gonna try it.
yeah. I
So-
mean, my buddy Rob said that they were hammering baby ducks in Massachusetts, and they probably do it here too.
Oh,
So
yeah.
why not give that a shot?
Oh, yeah. That's another lure you can use for the muskie and stuff, or northern pike. Is they sell at Dick's Sporting Goods or Cabela's lures that are made out of like a polymer or a wood that look like little baby ducks.
Oh yeah.
But this here,
I wish we would have had one. I would have showed
Oh,
you
yeah.
them. Those things are freaking sweet.
they're about $25 depending on the size you get. But this
Yeah.
little thing here looks like a little fucking shark / Loch Ness monster thing. It got
I don't know about a Loch Ness monster. It looks more like, yeah, looks more like a monstrosity of a minnow.
Oh yeah.
It's black and it has an orange tail at the back. You know,
Good. It's like a rubbery filling, so it's very movable. Got one hook on top and 2 trebles down on the bottom. When your muskie come in to attack, they either go for right in the middle for a T-bone, or they'll come for the head, because they're always going for a kill shot. It's very rare you'll get them to bite this, and even if they do, it's a very durable. So the tail ain't going nowhere anytime soon.
yeah.
So, but yeah, it's definitely. I can't wait to hit the water with these lures for sure. 'Cause they
Definitely.
From what I've been seeing and stuff, have been very good.
I just hope we catch a monster this year. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
we obviously say that every time we go out.
Oh, no doubt.
We're thinking that we're catching a monster.
We're definitely.
And sometimes we do. I mean, you've seen the video where we caught the nice 21-incher.
Bass.
You know.
We thought that thing was big.
Yeah,
Now we're getting into muskie and stuff that's
40 plus inches
twice
long.
the size of that.
I'm
thing.
excited. You know, you're definitely gonna see me flip out a little bit if I catch one.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
I mean,
You might hear a little bit of, this and that, but it
We
happens. You get excited.
we need something that's a bigger fight, because
Definitely.
bass and trout and everything, it's getting boring for us.
It's getting a little bit. I mean, it's not like it's not fun, obviously,
No,
but it is. We want something bigger. We want a
Yeah.
bigger fight,
we live in Pennsylvania, so
we don't get a lot.
finding an ocean is very difficult without driving very
Yeah.
far away.
We can't drive 6 hours to Maryland every day to go freaking fishing for sharks.
Right, but an hour and a half away to Lake Arthur and Butler, or what was that, Pymatuning, over towards
Pymatuning.
West Virginia, Ohio border.
And then we got Loyal Hannah Lake.
Yeah, I know
Two.
Lake Arthur and
Lake Arthur's probably going to be our best chance.
oh, no doubt. They stocked
3,300 fingerlings there every year.
every year.
So there has to be
So
thousands of them in there. I mean, if they're doing this continuously every year, that
Yeah.
lake has to be
filled
filled
with them,
with muskie.
because there are a decent amount of people that are out there fishing for them.
Definitely.
A lot of people catch and release muskie. So
Because it's a trophy fish.
yeah.
But if you catch a really big one,
Oh yeah, get that mounted.
get it mounted. Definitely.
For sure. Now, these things have very, very, very sharp teeth. You do not want to be reaching into the mouth of it like you hold a bass or anything.
Nope.
You go into the gills. Be careful, because the gills are sharp. They will cut you. And then I have a pair of 8-inch needle nose pliers to get the hooks out of their mouth, because you don't want to be reaching your hand in there trying to mess around, because it's gonna mess your day up.
I used to have a really long plier thing. I don't
Yeah,
have
we
it
use that
no
for snap
more.
and turtle. We're
We
not
use
sure
it
where
for
it went.
turtle. Yeah.
We can get another one.
We'll
And then
probably get one.
this is just a cheap little 60-inch tape measure
Roller.
made by Field and Street.
Uh,
Let's see here. Just to give you guys an idea. Let's see if I can.
If you can find 40 inches.
Yeah, what side? There we go. I'm looking at the wrong side. I was looking at centimeters. That right there is 40 inches. That is the smallest NPA you are allowed to keep with muskie.
That's a monster.
Even 40 inches is a monster. Yeah.
That's a pretty big fish.
So
I guarantee you, you know, if we catch one.
the one that was pulled out of Lake Arthur was 58 inches.
That's that big.
I don't even think I can get it on camera.
No.
Like that is 58 inches. Weighing 48 pounds.
That's no slouch, people.
No. Thenceforth, why?
My arms don't even weigh 48 pounds.
Right. This is why this is a ugly stick catfish rod.
Yep.
This is what I have it set up for catfish right now because we were just out the other night. Didn't get anything. But I have 50-pound braided line on it with a 75-pound steel leader. And yeah, that's about it for that rod. I mean, it's a monstrous rod. Me, I'm a light fisher. I love my ultralight, so this setup is a little different for me.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely cast different. But I got this ugly stick with the reel at Cabela's for $49.99. So in all, with the lures and the rod, I probably have about $120 into a starter setup to fish for muskie, which really isn't bad, especially because a lot of people in PA, like, catfishing is big. So like Noah, he already had a catfishing rod.
Yeah, well actually this is a deep sea fishing rod. This is a Master Blackfin 21 model 2070. This is 7 feet long, 30-pound test line you can put through this, blank through, and then it has a handle on it or whatever. And this reel, oh, I'm hitting the ceiling. And this reel right here is a GSX, and the gear ratio is 5:1. And I guess this is a tournament. It says line capacity is 8, 10, and 12 pounds. But, you know, you can put braided line on here. I've had 50 line on this thing.
And with braided line, like mine is 50-pound braided line, but it's like the thickness of, what was it, 20-pound test?
Yeah.
Or something like that, like monofilament.
And my buddy Obes, he gave me this rod before I went to Hilton Head in South Carolina, and I caught a 2-foot black tip shark on this rig right here.
That's badass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my rod, it's also a 7-foot rod as well that I use.
This is definitely a nice setup.
So.
And that's really sweet too. I mean, you can definitely catch some big fish on that setup right there.
This is a Shakespeare reel.
I mean, mine's a little dirty, but it'll get I'll clean it up.
It's a 5-to-1 ratio that I can put. So. And the rod, they say only to use a 3-ounce lure, but we'll go to 5 and see how it does.
Oh yeah.
I mean, for catfish, I have a 3-ounce weight on there, or 2-ounce weight.
Yeah, 2-ounce weight.
So,
and you casted it out pretty good, you know. I'd like to put a 5-ounce weight on this thing next time I go to the ocean, and just put a monster bluefin tuna on it. See if we can catch Goliath grouper. That rod will snap in half though if we do that.
For sure.
You got to get a way different setup when you're doing that. That might be a little too extreme.
Well, maybe if we get sponsored, we'll see what happens. You know, you never know. They might send us on an ocean fishing trip. That'd be badass.
Definitely, that would be. That'd be sweet. We'll go on one eventually.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I have vacation time and stuff. We're just going to get money saved up. Me having a kid recently, she's 7 months old. Makes money a little tighter.
It
But-
does, but you know.
You still got to go out and enjoy life and have fun
Oh yeah.
at the same time.
I don't have a kid or a life, so I can do whatever.
No.
You know, I go to college, you know, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to get a job this summer and then go back to college again, so I can possibly go and become a surgical technician.
So live bait now. We'll get into some
Okay, live bait. Yeah, we were going to talk about that. Live bait, you can generally use just about anything your native, you know, fish has. So like the smaller, like sunfish, bluegill, maybe crappie, pumpkin seed. You can also use creek chubs. Shad works really well.
Yeah,
From what I've
shad
heard.
is really good.
It's very popular.
Any minnows or anything, like, well, I can't even call them minnows because they say the size you want to use for live bait is about 5 to 8 inches.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean 5 to 8 inch fish.
you can catch,
is,
like you said, bluegill and stuff like that, and I've seen people use those. But
Yeah.
me personally, I'm more of a lure person. I'm not too big on using live bait.
I mean, I like to use live bait, and like to use it, you know, when it's like half alive, so it's like injured.
It gives the realistic injured feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, and the fish are injured, you know, just take the fish, slash it down the middle with a knife and throw it out there. Basically, you could do that.
Gruesome, dude. Gruesome.
You
This
know,
is why I
but
like to use lures.
oh yeah, but you know, that's just how it is. You know, you catch a nice bluegill about half the size of your hand, okay? You hook it in the middle, you slash it with the knife, you throw it out there, it's injured, you know, and then I guess it might be, you know, dead too, but that still works. You know, my buddy, he caught a monster muskie on a dead creek chub. You know, his son caught a bunch of creek chubs, and by the time he gave them to him, they were all dead. So he's like, okay, well, I'm just going to throw this out there, see what happens. Boom! Catfish. First cast. And then a couple casts later, boom! Musky. First thing he thinks, sea monster.
Sea monster.
Sea monster, but it's not. It was a huge-ass muskie.
Oh yeah.
And he got it in the boat, and he's picking this thing up, and he's looking at it, and he said the thing had to be at least like 48 inches long.
Yeah, they can get big for sure.
Oh yeah. I mean,
And
he thought it was like an alligator.
yeah, their faces do kind of resemble an alligator. They're more flat.
That was actually Rob. He's in a couple of our videos.
Yeah, he
You
is.
know,
He
that's-
is in a couple.
yeah, he said that
he's
was-
a cool guy.
Yeah, he said that was the time, and he was at Loyal Hannah Creek where we were fishing for catfish the one day. That's where
Huh.
he said that he caught that muskie at. You know, but
We'll have to definitely get up there with these lures and try. I mean, you really, like with streams and stuff like that, you don't know if they're going to be in there or not because fish can travel.
yeah.
So it makes it very hard to tell, which is why like I've been looking into the 10 greatest lakes pretty much. And here I come to find out that we got 3 or 4 of them an hour and a half, 2 hours away from us.
Oh yeah. You just have, and you have to know when they're stocking them. You have to know, you know, if they're stocking them there. You have to know if they're there. You know, you just there's so many different factors. You have to know when they're there or if they're there.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and when to go and get them.
For sure.
You know, and that's the tough thing. They say you catch one in 10,000 casts. It might be that, or it might be, you know, sooner than that. I mean, who knows? We'll find out though, because we're just getting into it, and
Yeah.
I definitely am really excited.
It's definitely an exciting step in our fishing career.
I guess it or journey or whatever.
Our journey. Yeah. I mean, there are musky tournaments, fishing tournaments.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Okay.
So you never know. We'll see what happens. I mean,
Yep.
I know what's gonna be funny for you guys for sure is when we're on those kayaks and we hook one of these monsters and it's pulling us around the damn lake.
I'll see you later, Dan.
I mean, I might have to nickname these fish sailfish because they're gonna be sailing us around these lakes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So no, Noah has a kayak. I'm looking into buying one here in the future, near future.
Yep.
So we'll definitely get some videos of us probably getting tipped over by some monster fish.
Shot the meat swan this year on the kayak. I'm getting the mount back. I'm pretty excited. I did not film it, but maybe next year we might try and go get another mute swan.
Might try to go get me one.
Yep. We'll go get Dan one. We'll film Dan going after the mute swan on the kayak because they fly a little bit and then they land in the water. I mean, they do fly, but like when you chase after them, you know, they don't fly that much. They'll try and get away from you. That's how you basically hunt them. You gotta see where they are. You gotta go after them on the kayak, and then you can shoot them. You know, so, but, anyway, yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video as much as we liked making it. You know, we definitely do love making these videos for you guys. Please subscribe to our channel. We cannot ask you guys enough to subscribe. We love hearing people comment on our videos. We love seeing people subscribe. We love people emailing us, you know, giving us more information about these things that we're trying to do, because we are trying to start off by doing this channel. And I know I haven't been doing it a lot lately because I've been busy with school and stuff like that, but, you know, please comment, subscribe, and share our videos. We love making them for you, and we're definitely going to start making more of them. And as always, y'all have a good one, and I'll see you guys later. Have a nice day.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy. Everybody says, save a